Hello everyone and welcome back to Heaven's Secret, Season 1, Episode 6. And I'm so excited for this. Last episode we got spat out in hell and Lucifer is so not having it with us right now. So let's see what will happen. When you've got wings, it's not your back that gets hit. Damn. Chapter 6. Wings on the thread. Chains clattered and heartbreaking screams pierced my ears. The smell of dampness merged with the odor of suffering. Every little rustle made me want to reach for Lucifer's hand. But I restrained myself every time. Lucifer had the poise of a well-trained soldier and kept walking straight ahead, ignoring the prison cells on either side of us. Prisoners reached out with frightening, barely human hands. They were reaching for me. Don't be afraid. He swatted away a hand that managed to grasp onto my wing feathers. This place is giving me the creeps. This is a temporary prison for those whose eternal torture has yet to be conceived. Damn, they aren't tortured here. Just locked up. This is nothing. He spoke calmly, but I could feel that he was tense, like a panther preparing to leap. Where are we going? We're here. Lucifer stopped in front of one of the cells. Step inside. I'm sorry, what? I don't have time to argue. You want to lock me up in here with them? It's for your own good. Trust me. You know what? It's not of any use. Let's just accept it. I mean, either being in the prison cell with those creeps or having to face the wrath of Satan. So, staying in a prison cell is the less scary option. He carefully, almost affectionately directed me into the cell and closed the gate, locking me in. Good girl. Ugh. I know that I'm good, but you don't have to say it like that. Where are you going? I leaned against the bars, but they were covered with sharp spikes that dug right into my skin. Ow. Don't touch anything. You're going to leave me here alone? It's better you stay here while I face my father, see? No one will touch you. They won't dare. He empathized, the last word glowering at the surrounding cells. All I could see was darkness, and it seemed as if Lucifer was speaking into the void. But there was a sudden clanging of chains, letting me know that something was hiding in that darkness. I'll be back soon. No, wait, Lucifer. But he was gone. Asshole. Shut the fuck up, girl. He's saving your ass. I'm never going anywhere else with you ever again. He is saving your ass, girl. I yelled everything that came to my mind, up until I heard shackles clattering in the cell next to mine and paused. Who's there? I looked through the bars into this next cell, trying to see what was inside. I stared into impenetrable darkness. Little by little, a silhouette began to emerge. Someone slowly approached. The figure stopped. I took a step forward in an attempt to see who was there, and suddenly something leaped from the darkness, grabbed me by the hand, and pulled me forward. Hey, doll, sir, have you seen your hands? Stay away from me. He literally could pierce through my hand with those nails. Oh my God, you called. Sir, the spike stuck into my hand and cut my skin. That hurts. Sweet. Hit him. Pull my hand away. Hit him. I reached out with my other hand and banged his head sharply against the boss. Period. Ugh, bitch. Nah. The prisoner will remember you as a bitch. That's the nicest compliment anyone has ever said to me. Let me stop. Like, I can be nice, I can be respectful, And I can be gentle as well. I can be silent. I can be many things. But don't think that you can play with me. Like you are literally hurting me and you don't give a damn and you think I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna fucking murder you. I'm gonna end you. The prisoner walked back and forth, staring at me intently. He already set one free. Have you heard? He? If he managed to free one, he'll succeed in freeing the others. And when he sets me free, I'll feast on you with pleasure. Sir, I'm gonna fucking burn your ass. The prisoner licked his lips and grinned, clicking his teeth together in a biting motion. Don't come any closer. Got it? I stepped away, but I could feel his eyes clinging to me through the darkness. There was nowhere to hide from his gaze. Who are you talking about? Who is he? Don't you know? Just tell me. Who are you talking about? The prisoner glided toward me like a ghost and stepped up to the boss so that I could see his face better. He whispered slowly, as if relishing the word. Mal bon ti. I am dead. Clang. The cell opened. Lucifer stepped in. He spat blood on the floor and seemed a little unsteady on his feet. What happened to you? Damn. Can I kill Satan? I'm gonna fucking murder him again, like, just another meeting with my beloved father. He staggered and steadied himself against the wall. Pain is an illusion. Pain trains willpower and character. Sir, when I first read that, I thought he was stupid. And now, I know that he's right. He laughed and immediately clutched at his ribs, continuing to cover blood. I approached him and gently touched his shoulder, feeling confused and helpless in the situation. And this is the part where I realized that I like Lucifer. Oh, no. Stop. This is the Dino version. But Lucifer whirled around, pushing me against the wall and grabbing my throat. This is all because of you. What are you doing? He scrutinized my face. His tenorish gaze focused on my eyes, then slid down my nose to my lips. I hate people like you. You have no idea how pathetic you really are. All the while considering yourself so important. Let me go. I wanted to break free, but he squeezed my throat even harder. Well, sir, if you want to choke me, why don't you just say so? Your life was worthless, but you were so worried about how you died. And for some reason, I have to take the fall for you. You didn't have to take the fall. You wanted to take the fall. And I think you wanted to take the fall because you see us as... I don't think he sees us as weak, but he sees us as, I would like to say, pure, like someone who doesn't really know how cruel the world is, and he wants to preserve that innocence that we have, that innocent view that we have of the world. So he went in to face his father, knowing that the cruelty that we would see emanating from his father, while he would be punishing Lucifer, and then us would traumatize us in a way. And that's why he said, yeah, you are staying here and I'm gonna face my father on my own. Why the hell am I taking the fall? See? You followed me all on your own. On my own. So be it. This won't be happening again. You'd better stay away from me. He let me go. Get out. They'll deal with you upstairs. I wanted to leave, but he stopped me. What's wrong with your arm? And now you're worried? Like, I cannot. Lucifer. Lucifer. I love Lucifer. I'm sorry. He's great. And he's worried so much. He worries so much about us. And I don't think he understands why. I think part of that was also the harsh training of his father to believe that he is one of the elites, so he shouldn't even consider hanging out with people below him. And he's not really realizing why he's doing the things he is. It's so sweet to see that, actually. Tell him about the prisoner. Yeah, why should I keep it to myself? What do you think? You left me here with that psycho. If you'd kept away, nothing would have happened. He looked angry, but his eyes remained fixed on the clotted blood. Sixa, did you do this? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Like, he's worried. He's worried about us. And I don't think he understands why, and that's what's making him even more mad. Because I think his father told him or taught him, and he engraved it into Lucifer's brain, that showing feelings or letting emotions take over you and not being able to control your own emotions is a sign of weakness. So he's mad that we are somehow able to make him break that, let's call it, control he learned. No, don't listen to her. Shut up, sir. Sixa will hold a grudge against you. Oh, Sixa, shut the fuck up. You hurt me first. Lucifer turned towards me. Get out. If it hurts, ask for a painkiller upstairs. He sounded annoyed, but his face showed concern. Because he is concerned. Or was I just imagining it? Nah, he's worried. I'll figure it out. I stepped out of the cell. My poor child. I quickly reached the passage, too focused to waste time on my surroundings. Then I spread my wings and took off. I was running from something, afraid to look back and see the prisoner and Lucifer's piercing gaze. As soon as my feet touched the ground, I heard Miss Elena's voice. Simona Walker. I was visibly startled, but I quickly turned to face her. She'd obviously been waiting for me. You scared me. And you disappointed me. You knew it is forbidden to go back to your old life, and yet you broke the rule. But I was murdered. You can't possibly understand. Miss Elena stretched out her hands. Dear child, I do understand, but there are rules. This time you are forgiven. Many of the unclaimed struggle at first to accept their death and the fact that they can no longer see their loved ones. But this is your last warning, otherwise it may end badly. I will do whatever I see fit. I mean, at this point, I understand doesn't mean I will do it, but I understand. I'm glad you're being reasonable. Yes, ma'am. See it as reasonable. Miss Elena looked me over, and she grew sadder by the second. Poor thing, the cells in hell are horrible. You need a shower. What do you say? Probably. Miss Elena's anger faded, and she smiled warmly as before. She took my arm, and together we returned to the academy. A hot shower brought me back to my senses. My wound healed in the blink of an eye. I felt like a human again, my death almost forgotten. Sometimes dressing up is the best therapy. I like this outfit, but I can wear this as well. Sure, why not? Much better. Mimi's blanket shifted, followed by a moan. Then the devil's sleepy face appeared. Give back the eyelashes. What? Eyelashes? Whose? The demons. Mimi jumped up from her bed and stared at me. Where were you? Why do you need the demon's eyelashes? What eyelashes? She opened her wardrobe. Huh? I must have been talking in my sleep. Mimi put on some clothes and we went out into the yard. Sammy and Addie were already waiting for us. I was this close to ask where my babies are. Here's our rebel. What are you talking about? You didn't hear what Simona pulled? I was sleeping. Simona. Mimi. Mimi folded her arms and looked at me, arrogantly arcing her eyebrow. It's nothing. I wanted to learn a bit more about who killed me. Oh, come on, don't be shy. She actively conversed with mortals and spent so much time on Earth that they had to forcefully extract her. You left out that Lucifer was with her and his father punished him for it. Mimi's face turned to stone. Lucifer helped you? If you can call it that. So, what did you find out about your death? My killer rented a car and lived in a hotel. He planned it. Exactly. He knew the road I'd take and when I'd be driving back home. Who did you piss off? Malbonte. I pissed him off. I just graduated from university. Who could a girl like that have possibly pissed off? Just don't do anything stupid. Who knows what the punishment will be if you try something like that again? What if they lock you up in a tower, like they did to that other student? What student? Eddie gossips more than the little immortal girls. Ooh! Mimi ruffled his hair. Eddie did the same in return, and they began to fool around again. I love them. They are so cute. Nobody knows who he is or why they keep him in there. We just know that some student is locked in a tower next to the school's administration. Well, that's cruel. Someone's afraid to leave him unattended. Ooh. Addie held his hands out, wiggling his fingers like a cartoon ghost. I knew it, that's why I said it like that. What if he couldn't come to terms with his dad just like you? Dino walked near us. Woo! He stiffly bowed his head. I smiled at him, but his attention immediately turned elsewhere, as if he didn't want to look at me. Sir, you do not escape me. This is my route. This is his route. Is Dino ignoring me? Smile again. What's wrong? Pretend everything's fine. Smile again. I'll be friendly. But Dino didn't react to your smile. Is everything alright? I wouldn't say so. I think we should leave them alone, period. We're about to have some hot makeout sex. Let me stop. That's not gonna happen. I don't think it is. But I'm curious. Addie, Sonny. My child, same. Sammy took his hand and led him away, period. Look after your man, Sammy. Mimi followed her friends. When we were alone, Dino slowly turned to me, but his gaze still wandered past mine. Dino? You acted foolishly. I know, but it's my life. Which life are you talking about? All of them. He gave a weary grin, looking tired but not angry. You no longer have your earthly life. You're only a guest who has come to complete a task and who will leave shortly after. No more, no less. Instead, you turned things into a circus, and you even sucked Lucifer into it. His composure slipped, and he took me by the shoulders, looking into my eyes. Lucifer is the last person you should trust. Gullible girl. You're the gullible one. You two have so much fucking chemistry. Stop being so dramatic. We stared at each other for too long, and eventually we both turned away embarrassed. Ugh, little kids. Have you been to the thinking tree? No, what is it? The oldest tree up on the floating cliffs. It cleanses the mind of bad thoughts, and it's simply a stunning place. Would you like to see it? With pleasure. We'll have to fly there. Have you learned to do that? Could you give me a lift? You still can't fly? I don't feel very sure of myself. You'll never learn if you don't practice. Don't worry, I'll be there if you need me. It was worth a try. Follow me. He spread his wings and pushed off from the ground into the sky. A couple of wings flaps later, he was already dozens of yards above me. Hey, wait for me! The rustle of my wings, the way my feathers bent to the wind and yet tamed it at the same time, went straight to my head. Flying was still challenging for me, but for the ones born to fly, it was as easy as walking. Dino stretched out his arm and took my hand. Aww, look at my baby fire. We soared upward. Soon a huge tree came into sight with a sea dragon snoring beside it. Fire? I stepped onto the floating cliff and it rocked slightly under my weight. Fire raised his head, looked at Dino and me, then closed his eyes again. He says, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep on sleeping. Would you like to sit with him? Won't Fire mind? Don't be afraid. I went closer to him but stopped short, hesitating. Finally, I laid down using the sea dragon's neck as a pillow. Easy boy. I stretched his scaly ear and he made a contented grunt. Dino settled beside me. Now look at the lights. Do you see them? Instead of leaves, the tree was covered with things resembling fireflies. They trembled in the wind, then lit up brighter, then almost went out. Yeah, I see them. Really, look at them. I am looking. The heavy burden of my anxiety began to dissipate. My darkest thoughts and fears began to recede and vanish. I felt lighter, almost euphoric. I laughed and spread my arms, breathing in deeply. How does it work? I don't know. It just works, that's all. You know, immortality has its flaws. Sometimes you long for oblivion. This tree helps one to cleanse and purify. I turned to Dino and began to examine his face. Driven by an inner impulse, I reached out and touched his cheek. He flinched almost imperceptibly, but I caught it. I expected him to pull away, but Dino lay without moving. Then he covered my hand with his own, tilted his head, and kissed my palm. He recoiled slightly and began to pet Fire. We need to be careful. Do you understand? Yeah. He stood up and offered his hand. Let's go. They'll be looking for us. I gave Fire a quick scratch behind the ear before jumping into the abyss to follow the angel's lead. Were angels here? Angel Fenzio was pacing with a serious look on his face and his arms crossed behind his back. Yes. I accosted your son. What you gonna do about it, sir? He's like 1 billion times hotter than you are. Many of you are somewhat confused by recent events. I assure you the escaped prisoner has no business at this academy. And what about the unclaimed? We will deal with that. It was decided that we should make your training more intense. Lucifer, Dino, show them how it's done. Damn! From now on, all of you should strive for this. The angels and demons separated while Lucifer and Dino stretched their wings. The unclaimed were free to join whichever side they wanted. I stood with the angels. Path of the angel. Period. I'm with the angels. Sammy smiled and took my hand. Period. I'm on Sammy's side. I'm glad you're on our side. Sammy's such a cutie. Let me stop. I love Sammy. Me too. Angel Fenzio was looking at me, but at the same time he didn't really seem to notice me, consumed by his own thoughts. Talk to him? What are you thinking about? Angel Fenzio was surprised that I spoke to him. I'm wondering whether you are more angel or demon. I am an angel, sir. But it is a discussion for later. Lucifer and Dino flew up, hovered in the air, facing each other. Lucius is overconfident. Dino will beat him one day. Damn! Has Dino never won? No, but he's a worthy opponent. There's no one like him. Begin. Okay, what's happening in the sky? They rushed at each other. Don't tell me that they're doing MMA fighting in the air. Lucifer was more powerful, but Dino was quick and unpredictable. He dodged Lucifer's blow, but he'd have a rough time if he slipped up. Everyone shouted, Die, no, die, no. I was silent for a while, but I wanted to support the angels. So I began cheering with the rest. I can't. Die, no, die, no. They flew higher until the clouds obscured them. It was difficult to keep track on their flickering silhouettes. The angel and the demon fought viciously, trying to bring each other down. But then a loud whoosh startled everyone, and one of them came plummeting down. White wings spread on the ground. Damn! Lucifer fell next to Dino, but because he came down second, he had won. Dino managed to pull himself up, and Lucifer slowly stood as well. Lucifer won. It seems to me that I heard Fenzio gritting his teeth even as he spoke. The demons hooted triumphantly. Triumphantly. Lucifer held out his hand, and they shook hands. Okay, that was interesting. Yes. Alright, now for everyone else. Damn, during your aerial combat lessons, you must learn to fly high and stop being afraid of heights. Beyond flying and maneuvering, you must also learn to stay aloft through a battle. Pair off and try to knock down your opponent. Whom should I choose? Mimi, Andy, Addie, Sammy. I want to do with Sammy because he's so cute. I want to do with Sammy. I love Sammy. Sammy, let's train together. Let's try. Sammy's eyes were on Addie, who was chatting up some girl. Shall we start? We took off and Sammy stopped in front of me. Sir, it's okay if you're jealous. The most important thing is to keep your balance and under no circumstances allow your opponent to roll you over with your wings facing down. It's almost impossible to get out of their grip from this position, and it makes it easy to knock you down to the ground. Got it. We began to fight, but everything went slowly. Sammy explained each and every maneuver. Sammy! Finally, he knocked me to the ground, but he did it carefully as if in slow motion. I love Sammy. Sammy is so great. Not bad for the first time. He's also such a great teacher. He is so nice. He is great. Angel Fenzio approached me. You have a problem with speed. You don't say. This is aerial combat, not a flight of fancy through the clouds, sir. I have another exercise for you. With one flap of your wings, fly above the clouds and return just as quickly. Practice until you master it. Damn! Oh, right. To climb above the clouds, I had to flap my wings at least 4 times. This is impossible. But I kept doing it over and over again until I was able to get up there in 2 flaps. Ugh. My wings and the muscles in my back ached. I could barely stay in the air. I wanted to go back down, but I caught something out of the corner of my eye. There was something about the tower. I began to stare. There you are, Bond. He is gorgeous. Someone was standing in the tower window. I couldn't make out the figure, but somehow I could tell I was being watched. I felt uneasy as I descended. Is everything alright? You don't look well. Yes. Okay, that's enough for today. Just don't do anything stupid. Who knows what the punishment will be if you try something like that again. What if they lock you up in a tower, like they did to that other student? Again? What student? Again? Didn't we just have that conversation? Nobody knows who he is or why they keep him in there. People, didn't we just have that conversation? We just know that some student is locked in a tower next to the school's administration. We just had that. Is that who the guys were talking about? Angel Fenzio waited for everyone to come down. This is all for today. So far, you're all pathetic, good for nothings. Thank you! And even someone who's barely alive will easily knock you to the ground. Always so nice. Try harder. Always so nice, sir. He straightened his cloak with a high-strung jerk and went back inside. You are always so nice, Fenzio. I'm so happy that I chose Dino for this. Let me stop. Mimi ran up to me, towing Andy, Addie, and Sammy along. Finally, he's gone. Mimi, same. Meet at the abandoned train? You bet. What are you talking about? Every so often, we throw a party and blow up some steam. Do the teachers know about it? They know it's happening, but they don't know where, so they turn a blind eye. So, are you with us, Simona? Do I even have a choice? Sammy stood on the one side, Mimi on the other. You have to come with us. It isn't up for discussion, Sammy. Even the nice one has been turned. Let me stop. Well, we don't have a choice. We're going, you're supposed to talk me out of it. Period. Not this time. Sammy said not this time, so we're going. So I have no choice. But who are you inclined to listen to, Sammy or me? You. Nobody. At this point in time, you. I knew it. Period. Everyone laughed, and after agreeing to meet later on, they returned to their rooms. Mimi opened the wardrobe doors. What will you wear? I stood behind her. Mimi had this sweet, fresh fragrance. I took another whiff and realized that it was her skin and hair that smelled like that. Are you smelling me? Sorry. She turned to me and peered into my eyes for a while, and then the world came tumbling out as if she was afraid she might change her mind. Lucifer and I were close when we were kids, doing dirty tricks and getting up to mischief together. Then we grew up and Lucy didn't have that much time for me. We kind of grew apart over the years. Still, I miss the old days. Mimi, my child. Now you show up, and somehow you end up spending so much time with him. She's jealous. Girl, it's okay. But why don't you talk to him about it? If the two of you were close once, and he didn't have time, I mean, it's possible that his tastes changed, but you don't know that for sure. Why don't you just talk to him about it? Like, I miss the old times. I miss the times when we were doing stuff together. Why don't we slowly try to pick up where we left off? Like, just spending time together, just talking a bit. I feel bad for Mimi. She grabbed my shoulder and squeezed it tightly. Mimi. At first, I thought I was jealous of you for spending time with him. She looked me up and down, but then I thought about it and realized that I don't want to lose you to that asshole. Huh? Mimi fell silent, but I didn't know what to say. Eventually, she asked in a quiet voice, What do you think? Is it because of our friendship, or is there something more? You see, people, that's why I hate that's why I hate to do romantic options when I know I have a certain route. I'm gonna play Mimi's route as well, but this time, this is Dino's route. I'm gonna have to break her little heart. My mind raced as I considered her words, and I realized that Mimi was asking if I liked her. And the fate of our future relationship depended on my answer, see? I think it's our friendship. You let Mimi know you have no feelings for her. I'm so sorry, Mimi, but I'm gonna play your route as well, so don't worry. Mimi released my shoulder and gave me a sad smile. Yeah, probably. Demons are a bit possessive. Mimi won't ever cross the line of friendship again. You know what? Can I just say, I love Mimi. I really, really do. She's like, she knows what she wants, she goes for it, but if you don't, she doesn't hold grudges or tries to destroy you. She still slays your life and is always there for you. Like, she's a real one. So, what about your outfit? Have you decided? I'm sorry, what kind of outfit is that? Tough as nails? What? This is so great too. But I want this. This is great. I love the purple. While I was making up my mind, Mimi managed to get dressed. She stepped out from behind the partition and swayed her hips. How do I look? I love the red. Very defiant. Mimi waved her hand indifferently. Angels never get it. Ooh! Why? I'm sorry. Why did I get an angel point? Someone knocked on the door. May I? Come in. Andy modestly froze in the doorway. Hope I'm not bothering you. No, we're about to go out. The train was far away from the school, somewhere between the cliffs. It was quiet crept outside, but the moment we stepped inside, the hum of voices couldn't be ignored. Angels, demons, and unclaimed mingled together as if it were perfectly ordinary. Many kissed with zero regard for the ban. There was complete freedom, bordering on a Saturnalia. I doubt that Dino's here, though. Aren't they afraid to get caught breaking the rule? An angel-demon couple who were actively exploring each other's bodies caught my eye. The ban is conditional. Nobody cares. The important thing is not to get caught, or you'll be kicked out of the academy. Well, and try not to get pregnant. Then you could lose your wings. Damn. And you'll have to live among mortals. She grimaced at the thought of it. One of the demons called out to Mimi. I'll be back in a bit. Don't be shy. This is a great way to make new connections. Mimi flew away, leaving Andy and me alone. Would you like some glyph? What is it? Fiery hooch. Something like an alcoholic drink back on Earth. Glyph is deadly for humans, but it gets us drunk. Yes, thanks. Andy went to get some glyph. While he was gone, I looked around. Dino was nowhere to be found. I knew he wasn't going to be there. But Lucifer sat imposingly on a couch, and Asti sat smugly by his side. Ugh. She was talking about something with other demons, and they ingratiatingly leaned in, listening to her haughty voice. Lucifer was clearly bored and didn't interfere in the conversations. He was also scanning the crowd, and then his gaze stopped on me. He examined me from head to toe, and something in his eyes and the expression of his face belied his satisfaction with what he saw. Huh? He looked at me with desire and approval. I'm sorry? Lucifer clearly liked your outfit. Okay. That's new. Lucifer grinned, noticing my embarrassment, and turned away as if he couldn't care less. Of course. What a slime ball. Andy came back with 2 glasses of glyph. Here. Damn. My throat burned as the hot fluid spilled into my stomach. Terrible. It's always like that in the beginning. Any idea where Dino is? Period. We want to know. Dino doesn't come to places like this. It's too lecherous for a right-house angel like him. Andy sounded somewhat put off. Well, what do we have here? Ugh. Asti snatched a glass of glyph from my hand, strained it, and threw it against the wall. Of course. The glass shattered. Ugh. That's why I don't go to any college parties. Are you out of your mind? Demons love a good show, my dear. Common mice like you couldn't possibly understand it. What's your problem? Her mother cost my father his title. It's even more humiliating when you see how pathetic her daughter is. Asti had obviously had one too many and was being far more outspoken than usual. I'm sorry, I'm gonna grab her by her hair. Shut your mouth. I grabbed her hair and pulled. Let go. She flapped her wings, pushing me away. Andy jumped in to separate us. Everyone was staring. What's wrong with you? She took a step toward me with a smile that didn't bode well. But Andy body blocked her. Get lost. How dare you talk to me? You're nobody. But the devil's ardor quickly died as Lucifer approached us. Calm down, Asti. The miserable need to stick together. Excuse you? What's that? That you're miserable and you don't belong here. Andy flushed, ready to take a swing at Lucifer. The demon's words got to me, like a sharp dagger piercing my dignity. I couldn't and didn't want to be near him anymore, so I turned around and silently walked away. Where are you going, unclaimed? Is the truth too much for your sensitive ears? Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong, Asti. He's protective over us. Simona. Andy ran after me. Hold on. He took hold of my hand and stopped me. Hey, come on, talk to me. I couldn't take any more of that, and you shouldn't have to. He slipped his fingers between mine and smiled warmly and genuinely. Don't let those freaks ruin the evening. And he moved a little closer, then hugged me, gently stroking my back. Shh. Not his rude. Pull away. I took his hands in mine and took a step back. Thanks for the support. You can always count on me. I know I can, Andy. The door swung open and an angel ran inside. What the fuck? Blood dripped from his white feathers. He fell to his knees. His wings trembled and seemed to be broken. What the hell is this? Traitors. Oh. They attacked me. Who? One of the demons. Just now I noticed Addie and Sammy among the crowd. Are you sure? Absolutely. A demon. Who exactly? I don't remember. I only remember his red eyes. He staggered, unable to maintain his balance. Sammy and another angel helped him up. The demon stood aside, watching intensely. They've started hunting us. The demons will stop at nothing. Oh, shut your trap. Ooh! You don't even know who attacked you. I was attacked by a demon, one of you. The angels and demons began to scream and curse at each other. And the war began. Someone started a fight, and the angry crowd rushed outside, and he silently watched everything and suddenly concluded. It seems that one of the angels and demons' disciplines just started a war. Yep. We're at war, baby. That was episode 6. And the story keeps on getting better and better. I love the romantic moment we had with Dino in this episode. And now apparently the war has started between demons and angels. And I'm so intrigued to know what happens. Well, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.